Welcome to this week's episode of Gary Talks. There really aren't a lot of superstar directors left out there. You know, the guy whose name being on the film makes all of us go out and buy a ticket. And there is only one director who, when his name is on a film, people start buying tickets a year in advance. That director is Christopher Nolan. And today I'm going to rank all of his films, starting with number 12, Following. Before the IMAX cameras and global box office domination, there was Following, a 70-minute noir shot on weekends for the price of a used car. You can see every Nolan trademark here in baby form: fractured timelines, unreliable narration, and men making bad decisions in black suits. It's like watching the prototype of a machine that would later conquer Hollywood. Grainy, tight, and clever, Following isn't just a debut, it's a thesis statement. Nolan telling us, I'm obsessed with structure and deceit, and I'm taking this thing all the way. Next up at number 11 is a movie that I've tried to like. I didn't really care for it the first time it came out. Each time I've watched it again, I'm like, man, the ideas are there, but he just didn't nail it. That movie is Tenet. The movie where Nolan finally said, you like my timelines? Fine, let's run them backwards. Tenet is so conceptually dense, it makes Inception look like Finding Nemo. There's brilliance in it, the inverted fights, the physics-defying set pieces, the commitment to filming chaos like it's clockwork. But emotionally, it's a cold burn. You admire it more than you feel it. It's the cinematic equivalent of watching a Swiss watch disassemble itself mid-air. Hypnotic, impressive, but maybe not something you need to do twice. Next up at number 10, another Nolan film that I really don't love, The Dark Knight Rises. A flawed finale to a perfect trilogy. Nolan swung for the fences here: revolutions, nuclear bombs, opera-level despair. Bane sounds like an aristocrat doing slam poetry. Gotham looks like post-apocalyptic Manhattan, and the scale is breathtaking. Yes, it's overstuffed, and yes, the ending's convenient, but you can't deny the ambition. It's the cinematic version of a heavyweight champion still swinging in the 12th round. Exhausted, bruised, but unforgettable. Now we move into the Nolan movies that I like okay, but I don't love, starting with number 9, Insomnia. Nolan's most underrated film, a remake that outpaces the original in moral complexity. Al Pacino is the cop who can't sleep. Robin Williams plays the killer who can't stop confessing. It's the rare Nolan film grounded entirely in psychology instead of spectacle, and it hums with tension. What's fascinating is how Nolan treats daylight the way he usually treats darkness, as a threat. Every frame feels disoriented, haunted. It's like watching guilt itself unravel. Number 8 is a Nolan film that a lot of you really love, but for me, because it was kind of lacking in the story department, it doesn't rank as high, and that is Dunkirk. Not a lot of dialogue, no backstory, just survival. Dunkirk is war stripped to its essence. 3 timelines, 1 heartbeat. Land, sea, and air colliding in one relentless symphony of tension. This is Nolan's purest experiment. Emotion through structure. He doesn't tell you what to feel, he traps you inside the moment until you feel it anyway. It's not character-driven, it's humanity-driven. The clock's ticking, the waves are crashing, and somehow Hans Zimmer turns a stopwatch into a heart attack. Sometimes when you watch a Christopher Nolan film, it's like you're in a college course and you're learning things about the world, or in this case, about the solar system in general. Interstellar. Nolan looked at the cosmos and said, let's make everyone cry about relativity. It's epic and intimate at once. Wormholes and family ties, time dilation and dad guilt. Matthew McConaughey crying in front of that time-lapse monitor? Pure cinema. Sure, the exposition comes by the pound, but when it works, it soars. It's the rare sci-fi blockbuster that believes love is a quantifiable force, and somehow it convinces you. If that movie was teaching us physics and science and all of that, then this film is teaching us about history. Nolan's Oscar-winning epic, Oppenheimer. Nolan finally found the perfect subject for his brain, a man who weaponized intellect itself. Oppenheimer isn't just a biopic, it's a psychological detonation. Cillian Murphy carries it with that haunted stare of someone who's both seen the atom split and his soul go with it. The film's editing feels nuclear, ideas colliding, timelines imploding. It's the most mature thing Nolan's ever made, the rare movie that feels both monumental and deeply human. Now we move into the Nolan films that I love, starting with the one that really put him on the map, Memento. The movie that made Nolan, Nolan. A revenge story told backwards. Guy Pearce's Leonard is a tragic riddle, a man doomed to forget his own tragedy while chasing it endlessly. Memento isn't just clever, it's philosophical. It's about how memory defines identity, and how truth becomes optional when you control the narrative. It's low-budget brilliance that still feels ahead of its time, and maybe even out of time. Coming in at number 4, Batman Begins. Before The Dark Knight redefined superhero cinema, Batman Begins resurrected it. Nolan took a comic book punchline and turned it into a myth. No camp, no ice puns, just a man, a cave, and a purpose. This was the first superhero movie that treated its hero like a case study in trauma and justice. It's grounded, mature, and perfectly paced, the moment the genre grew up and put on body armor. My number 3 favorite Nolan film is one that would have been pretty much any other director's number 1 movie of all time, but that just shows how great Christopher Nolan is. Inception. You know a movie's powerful when Inception becomes shorthand for any confusing thing ever. Dreams within dreams, cities folding on themselves, time bending to emotion. Its science fiction is symphony. Leonardo DiCaprio anchors it with heartbreak. Hans Zimmer scores it like a cathedral collapsing. And Nolan directs like a man proving cinema can still surprise you. It's massive, meticulous, and mysterious. You don't watch Inception, you experience it, and then argue about the ending for the rest of your life. My top 2 Nolan films are basically evenly ranked. I go back and forth which one is my favorite, but if you ask me today, which is the day I'm making this episode, I'm ranking this at number 2, The Prestige. Every Nolan movie is about obsession, but The Prestige is about obsession. Two magicians destroy each other for art, ego, and revenge. It's basically Nolan versus Nolan. Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman turn rivalry into religion, and every twist lands like a gut punch. The editing, the structure, the moral rot, it's mesmerizing. It's Nolan's most personal film disguised as a period drama. And that ending, it's not just a trick, it's a tragedy. Well, if The Prestige wasn't number 1, there's only one choice left. Christopher Nolan's comic book masterpiece, The Dark Knight. The crown jewel, not just of Nolan's career, but of modern cinema. The Dark Knight transcended genre. It's not a superhero movie, it's a crime epic wearing a cape. Heath Ledger's Joker didn't play a villain. He played an idea, a force of entropy. Every scene feels like an argument between chaos and control. The film changed how we talk about movies, how studios greenlight them, and how audiences expect to feel them. Taut, tragic, and perfectly orchestrated, The Dark Knight isn't just Nolan's best film, it's one of the best movies ever made. And that's how I rank all of Christopher Nolan's films. Next year he has The Odyssey coming out, and I wonder where that will land on my list. Hopefully near the top. Thank you guys so much for watching Gary Talks. I'll see you next time.
From capes to tapes, Gary's on the case. He's breaking down each scene, every place. On Gary Talks, he's quick with his peculiar wits. From plot twists to the comic strips.